Today I'm going to discuss the pros and cons of using internet in classrooms. Pros of using internet in the classroom. One is the amount of resources that are available. There are several websites available to students that provide information when researching a topic. There are also websites that provide assistance for math and reading skills. It allows for both independent and group work. Students can research or surf the web independently, or the internet can be a tool during group work for a project. During independent work, the students can learn teamwork and collaboration when completing an assignment. It also allows students to develop technology skills. Students will develop skills that they will need later on for higher education, college education, or even a future career. It creates interest in the students and a willingness to learn. Students are excited when it comes to using the internet. Therefore, students will be more motivated to learn. Cons of using internet in the classroom. One is plagiarism. It is important to explain what plagiarism is and the dangers of it. I would discuss plagiarism by stating how to avoid it and give examples of how to cite something from the internet. Students should also save the URLs whenever they go on to look at different websites. There are also inaccurate and controversial websites out there, and to avoid students going to these websites, you could provide a list of websites that the students could use during class and maybe send that list home with parents as well. In the classroom, you could have folders or icons on your computer or desktop that take them directly to those websites. Another con of using the internet is that it may be expensive. It depends on what resources are available to you. It may also distract students from going to the correct sites. It is important to monitor the students during class time so that they stay on task. How should educators use the internet? First, you should discuss the rules and procedures each time the students use the internet. It is important that you make sure that they know exactly what is expected of them and their boundaries, and I might even assess them on the rules and procedures before using the internet. Next, you open Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Firefox, or Safari, whatever is available. For younger students, I would provide a list of websites to visit by keeping it in a folder that has your name on it so that the students know which sites to visit. You should also monitor the students, whether you can see their screen on your computer screen, or if not, you can walk around and make sure that each student is staying on task. You should also collaborate with parents and other professionals. Collaborate with parents by sending home newsletters weekly, emailing them on a daily basis, and sending home lists of websites whenever you give the students an assignment. Collaborating with other professionals will allow you to know more about the internet, and you can discuss with the teachers things that you found or things that they found so that each student benefits from using the internet. Tips for using internet in the classroom. Never start the lesson by having students only use search engines. It is important that you tell them exactly what you're expected of them, and you could, in this case, you could also have folders and show them what is available to them. Require them to find very specific information, not just surf. This can be really easy for students to do. Some go to just websites and get basic information, but it's very important they get the specific information, and then have them write down the URLs of the site they use for reports in a bibliography format. This will also avoid plagiarism. Don't send the entire class to the same site at the same time. This can cause confusion or slow down the internet. So it's important to schedule which students go to which sites at certain times. When possible, try to preview the sites before students visit them. There are certain sites like scholastic.com that have been already previewed by teachers, but I still would say it's important to go ahead and preview each website before you give them to the students. Popular sites for elementary. One is BrainPop Junior, and I'm going to show you what BrainPop Junior is. And this is the site, and you can go to
Reading and Writing Notebook.
Click on it, and here's story elements. And you could go to
Setting.
Character plot or setting, depending on what you're learning. This is the setting. You have to subscribe to this. You play the video, it tells them about the setting, and over here it gives you lesson ideas for the topic. It also provides quizzes, word walls, lesson ideas, and games that the students can play, and I usually have it in centers during literacy centers. Whenever other students are working on something else, I always have a group at the computers, and they have to go to BrainPop Junior and choose whichever topic that we're learning about and take the quiz and print it out at the end. And they really enjoy this site. You can also use Skype in the classrooms, and you can Skype with other classrooms across the country or even across the world. And this is a great way for students to get plugged in and think about the different geographic locations. And using Google Earth is also a way for when you're teaching geography and about the maps, you can go to Google Earth as well. This is a video that I'm going to show you about using Skype in the classrooms that I found that was very interesting.
3 years ago in Los Altos School District, our team got together and spent some time looking at what is important for student learning, making sure that we're open to new ideas. Any decisions we make through the lens of why is this good for students and why is this important for their learning. And to be relevant with students, you have to have technology.
The magic of Skype in the classroom is that it's so easy. And once teachers realize all I have to do is turn on Skype and press the video icon button, they're connected.
Skype is also a great tool, quite honestly, because it's free.
I hope you're having a good day up in Ottawa today. It's really nice and sunny here in California. We're really excited to be sharing Earth Day poetry with you today.
Teachers started to see the possibilities and have light bulbs go off of, I could connect students to students, I could connect with other classrooms.
You do find yourself then becoming more of a facilitator.
Nothing can stand in the weight of pollution, choking the ocean, bringing waves of sickness, blackness destroying the blue.
Another class between Los Altos and South Korea use 5 different Skypes at the same time to actually discuss what they're learning about and their thoughts.
Why do you think kids are not getting enough sleep? They probably have a lot of things to do during the day, and then when they come back home, they have to do homework and other things.
I think that small group allows them to really lean in and get as intimate of a conversation as possible.
You get to hear more of what they're saying, and also you get to say more of what you think.
Because of our parental support, as a public school district, I feel we have greater responsibility to sort of test out new innovative ideas and share our practices with public schools across the United States. It was really fun for me.
Why does it matter in teaching and learning? Knowing the pros and cons of using internet in the classroom matter because Teachers must be aware of how to teach students the rules and procedures when it comes to using the internet. Teachers must also be aware of the resources available. Using the internet in the classroom makes the students more engaged and more excited to learn. Like it said in the video, the students really looked forward to Skyping with other classrooms across the country and across the world, and it also provided an experience for students to connect with other classrooms and while learning the skills of using the internet. Now I have an internet activity. And this activity is using creating a planet brochure by researching a certain planet and creating a travel brochure that will excite the audience and make the audience want to go to that planet. This is for a 6th grade science, and the standard is describing the components of the universe, including the planets, which is what we're learning about, moons, solar systems, and galaxies. Students will research facts on the internet and state those important facts within their brochure. So basically, this activity is introducing the lesson first about the planets and showing some examples of travel brochures to get the students excited about making their own. You explain the rules and procedures for the computer lab. Walking down there quietly, only visit the websites that are listed, find a seat where you not be tempted to talk, and if you talk or misbehave, you will be moved to another seat. Give each student a copy of the websites that they are to visit in order to get information about their planet. Explain that they will research and write down interesting facts and information, and after researching, they will complete their brochure. On the front of the brochure, they were to draw a picture, which does not necessarily have to be of the planet, and come up with a clever title, and the front must be where it hooks the audience and makes them want to read the rest of the brochure. Within the 3 sections of the inside of the brochure, I gave them a list of things that they had to include, and this will be part of the rubric that I use. You give the name of your destination and the location. You identify physical features, environmental conditions, and natural resources of the destination. I have a question right here that they have to answer. They have to determine how long the trip will take, describe the tourist accommodations, include a travel slogan, and include at least 2 graphics, pictures that they draw that they cannot get off the internet, and they have to have correct grammar and spelling. I made sure that the students learned the importance of not plagiarizing, and I talked with them on a daily basis during this research project about not plagiarizing. For the assessment, I gave each student a rubric, and it was based on accuracy, creativity, and correct spelling and grammar. I did deduct points if the students did not list all of the URLs correctly for their bibliography. So the most important part of this is explaining the rules and procedures when using the computer. Although they were in 6th grade and they knew kind of how to use the computer, it's important that they know the exact rules of what is expected of them. For my references, I went to a website of New York schools and got some information. I also went to scholastic.com where they discussed some of the pros and cons of using the internet in the classroom. That's the end of my presentation, and thank you for listening.